Other than these these lines here, but these are for our take profit. But from the weekly time frame, consider a nice descending channel. And these past 2 weeks, we've printed a inverted hammer, another inverted hammer, and I like these. They're shooting stars, also teardrop candles for me, and so that's a good indication we're going lower. And that was our bias. If you can see this horizontal ray down here, that was one of our long-term targets for EURUSD, 1.07300. You can see it's the bottom of our descending channel. Obviously, we have intraday levels, which we're gonna look at on the 4 hours. So let me just plot out the stop loss and take profit, and then you guys could go ahead and enter. I'll actually pop back to the daily just to show the analysis once more. And so you can see on the daily, it's pretty nice and clean. We had a kind of a fake out to go to the upside on the break of the channel, but we snapped back down. And that's probably due to the manufacturing PMI for the dollar. Came out at 55 versus the 54.5 expectation. And so that's pretty good. And if you look, zoom out, you can see the channel holding well. So this is the setup we're going to take. I don't want to go to the 4 hour, but let's just see the 8 hour. Yeah, this is fine. Ideally, I do want this kind of to come below these previous lows, but from the daily time frame, I think we have more than enough confluence to enter now. You can see the resistance established here, here, and we clearly broke below it. So we're gonna give it a run. The first trade of 2020. Let's see how it works out. It's probably gonna be this setup. We'll target this trading range right here, from here to here, would be great. If we don't get all the way there, even from here to here is pretty good. Worst case, we get a 1.22, but I doubt it. So this is the full setup we're going to go for. Targeting 1.09972 as a final target. Our stop loss will be 54 pips, so nothing too major. But I think it's in a good spot. So the entry is now, and go ahead and enter 50% of your regular position, just because the whole Iran stuff, we didn't hear much yesterday other than Trump pulling troops out of, there's a conflicting report. Someone said Trump will remove troops from Iraq, not Iran, Iraq. But the defense secretary said we are not pulling troops. We're just repositioning them. But Iran still hasn't done anything, and I don't want us to enter, a pair containing the dollar in a full position and then get destroyed because Iran did a strike or whatever. So enter a 50% position just to be safe. I know. I'm just siding on the side of caution, but I think that's the best thing to do right now. But this is the overall target. Our first take profit will be 1.11200. The next one will probably be 1.10700, followed by 1.10400, and then the last one 1.09972, or just 1.10000. That's good as well. Stop loss 1.11994. You can make it 1.12000 if you want. But let's see how this goes. Pretty confident, but I do hope that we clear in the next few hours, that we clear this previous low, just to confirm. If in the next 2 hours we're down here, then we're in good shape. If we do start rebounding from this level, my palms might start to sweat. So that's fine. That's good enough for a setup on Tuesday for the first week back. Moving on to pound dollar. I thought pound would start to shape up a bit earlier than Euro USD, but it was fine. We had a nice blockbuster trade to end the year off, so I'm going to remove that. Let's look at the same thing we did with Euro, just the weekly. And so the weekly is a bit more confusing here. We had, a huge push up, a nice rejection down, a hammer. Then we had an inverted hammer, and now we're printing another inverted hammer. So we're going to see these type of candles, especially when a lot of news is involved. And so although it's looking like a sell, but this could very easily push up and become a wick fill. We did break out of a major down, trend line, a downtrend. So I'm a bit hesitant to enter this short compared to EURUSD, which actually closed back below the trend line. Pound dollar is still above that trend line, so just be cautious. We do have this resistance that we did come down from, but I'm not too sure if this is the best high probable setup right now in the charts. There's a setup for USD CHF that I'm kind of intrigued by. So nothing there right now. The monthly, you can tell what really happened. Boris Johnson really pushed us out of this downtrend, and right now it's up to this monthly candle to decide the pace. If it closes above this resistance, then we're headed to this blue region. 1.39 thousand, 1.40 thousand for the pound. If we get closed below the trend line, then we're gonna go ahead and make new lows, probably back to the historic lows down here, and this big support is gonna tell us what happens. A break of the support, and we're creating new historic lows, and it could get ugly for the pound. So nothing too enticing right now. Even the hourly time frame is not really giving me much, not really any indication of any real move. Yesterday we had a consolidation period, a rally, but price action doesn't really tell me too much right now, especially on the higher time frames, and that's what we want to follow, especially during these times of news and just chaos in the world. We are still using this horizontal array 1.31129 as some support. We drew this, I believe, last time we shorted pound dollar, and so when we shorted it, it kind of used as support. Now it's using the same thing. Maybe a breach below we can go short, but not really liking it. A pair that is in line with our EURUSD short is USD CHF, and so if we look on the daily time frame, we do have a potential to maybe short or long, depending what happens. So let's go to the monthly. So on the monthly, you can see a nice trend line drawn. First touch, second touch. Now we had USD CHF close outside of that trend line, and this current candle on the monthly time frame is retesting this trend line. So if we get a rejection off this trend line, then we're going short. If price can somehow close back up support, then we can go long. And let me just go back to the weekly to show you what's happening right now. So you can see we're printing some hammers on the weekly, so definitely some buyers coming in at the support level, and that's the level we want to close above, 0.97 thousand. If we get a close above that, we're probably going long back to these highs right here, and that's the setup that will be in line with our EURUSD short. Obviously they're inverses, so we could have a we could have a 2-for-1 basically if we get confluence on this, but this is still kind of pending. But I think we'll know for sure by midday for sure. See, like right now the candle just has to close bullish. If it does, then we're in good shape. If it doesn't, then we could just disregard the trade setup. But that's what I see for you, is struggling to get that bullish closure. And in particular, this is the bullish closure I want above these wicks. So above 0.97400, maybe even above this trend line will be nice to take us long to these highs right here. So that's USD CHF. There, I remember we took a look at Aussie yen before the year ended, and I did give a setup, and it's actually gone into profit now. I'd be giving good good setups out that I don't remember that I gave out, but someone asked for Aussie yen, and so the criteria was very simple. This was when we analyzed it, so December 19th. We didn't get a bearish closure below this level, so the setup was not taken. It went up higher and then came back down. We got the bearish closure below, and 40 pips. So whoever asked for Aussie yen, hopefully you still have the trading view alert. I forgot to put it, but trading view alerts are very key, and whenever I give a setup, even a week ago, just make sure you put that trading alert, because it may come activate. It may be activated a few weeks later. Let me say what's up to everyone on the chat. Say good morning. And the portal, we're working on 2.0. Doing some finishing touches. It'll be here very shortly, and it'll definitely be a huge upgrade to the one we're using right now. And it's good, the one we're using right now, but this one's made in React for those that know. I wonder what trade you got faked out on, Igor. Always getting faked out, huh? But yeah, so Aussie yen, I just wanted to cover that. So right now, USD, EURUSD, we've entered. Gold, I wanted to look at because the bias is kind of mixed, but and there's a good reason. It was largely fueled by the Iran attack. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 straight days of bulls. Not a bearish candle in sight, really. Yeah, this is all. You can even see the gap right here. That is a crazy gap. It's gonna be mainly what happens during this week. We'll probably know. The technicals will catch up with the fundamentals, but like on the 8-hour time frame, I don't know what to really make of this price action. Yeah, it kind of looks like a short, but it also looks like nice, consolidation period to just push another leg up. And we do have upside targets for gold, which we discussed yesterday, but a quick refresher. If you look at the monthly time frame, this is pretty bullish for gold, and that's why I'm kind of scared to even short it. This blue region right here has been an utmost important support for gold. If you're looking for an important support for gold or a region, this 1540 area is so important for gold. You don't understand. When gold came into trading, the highest it went was 1917. It came back down and used this area as support in its previous attempts to go higher. This is a course of a few years it's used as support. 2 years it used it as a support, and we finally got a break below. And obviously, when you break below a major support, you're probably headed lower. And gold did head as low as 10,000 ounce, 10,000 per ounce of gold. So after that, we consolidated, accumulated contracts, and made another rally. And then for the past 5 months of 2019, we were held by this previous support region, and we finally closed above. So this is honestly, if you're a mega swing trader, and I've said this at the end of the year, you could, in all honesty, you could literally just take this trade and not look at your account ever again, and you might be in damn good shape. You might triple, might even quadruple your account with proper risk management. Like this setup right here, 2.65, the possibility to make 2,000 pips, 2,000 pips right here for the taking, just off the monthly time frame. And a lot of it's going to be fueled by what happens with the U.S. and Iran. If a world war happens, do not be surprised if this goes all the way here. If they come to a resolution, then this monthly candle could get squeezed back down. And this monthly candle could, I have to correct myself. Not 10,000, 1,000. My bad. I just kind of caught onto that. But yeah. So if the Iran thing, they come to a resolution and the dollar gains its strength back, then this monthly candle can get squeezed down below, and it'll look like an inverted hammer, and you can short it. But that's why I think this monthly closure is going to be key. The first month of 2020, I think, will probably be the deciding factor in where we're going for gold. I think a lot of pairs. So definitely, if at the end of January this candle looks the way it is, or even more bullish, then if you have any jewelry, any gold, I'd suggest you hold on to it. And then when we get to somewhere here, cash out. But looks pretty good. The weekly looks fine, but when you get to the daily, you can kind of see where the anomalies are. But the weekly, can see 4 straight weeks of bulls. Currently some sellers pouring in, and that's given The markets on Wall Street are reacting to what Trump just did, and a lot of people are questioning if he has an end game or a strategy for what he did in Iran. So that's kind of why we're getting some sellers in, but still pretty bullish on the weekly. But I wouldn't be trading gold, especially not this week. Out of all weeks, if something happens, then for a fact gold will tumble. The same thing with oil, but I guess right now it does kind of look like a short, but I mean it's just creating higher highs, higher lows. So unless we close below this previous low, I would not even think about shorts. I'd actually just wait till next week. Hopefully this week, U.S. and Iran just kind of work their stuff out and we're done with that. But as long as that conflict's going on, this is going to be definitely a dangerous thing to trade. While we talk about oil, let's just take a look at it, see how it's reacted over the course of a few days. So oil, this was the initial gap. Around a 20 pip gap. Obviously this was the major move on January 2nd when the attack happened, and that was ridiculous, around 200 pips. But crude oil doesn't look that bad. I think the bias is a lot clearer and it's actually short, in my opinion. Just looking on the daily time frame, you can kind of see the resistance that we drew at the end of the year has come into play, 63 per barrel. And if you guys remember, this was our target for one of our trades. I believe we have a video on YouTube called Forex Lens. That's the channel, and then you have Forex live trading webinar, U.S. crude 63 per barrel. If you guys remember, that's the level we talked about, $63 per barrel. And we went there, obviously not due to technicals, but more to fundamentals. But that resistance has held its ground even against the attack, and we can see this is a pretty good sell signal. But I don't want to enter this trade, especially if another attack happens, because Trump could very well. Because yesterday Trump said he's going to attack cultural sites in Iran, and that's actually against the UN war laws. There's actually laws when you go to war and you can't actually attack cultural sites. So if Trump goes ahead and does a drone strike, this could actually just flick up again, and your account is done. So next week, if we're here, somewhere here, we're going to definitely short it, because the swing trade that we could have is phenomenal. Even if our stop loss is conservative, this is just ridiculous. 2.65 crude oil targeting the range from here to here, from here to here. Obviously, there's further downside, and we can even get more greedy, but I would limit how long we hold crude, and especially at what time we take it. Right now is not a good time because Iran just finished its morning, so definitely a nice setup though. With that being said, I think we covered a good bit. Yeah, we did cover a good bit, and we entered a trade, so I'm happy we did that. So EURUSD, 50% of your position, nothing more, nothing less. And it's dropping as we speak, so you should be in profit. It's looking good. I like it. Good energy, good vibes, right, into 2020. And let's look at Bitcoin, since we've made it a habit to do so. And who knows, this is the future we're talking about, so why not we give it a look. And my goodness, beep, I want to swear, but Bitcoin, my god. Damn it. Okay, so okay, Bitcoin. I knew it's gonna do it. I knew it. It was just too much consolidation, and it was bound to do this. But yeah, Bitcoin might make another attempt back to 8,500. One of these levels, this, or this. Can't believe it did this. Can't believe it. We were on such a nice short run down to 6,000, and I don't know. I don't really follow fundamentals for crypto, but something I guess pumped it back up. And yeah, 8,500. Let's see what happens there. Hopefully we get a rejection, because it's not too worrying because let me actually get the box out. So we know Bitcoin likes to do this. So this is we had a huge move down, consolidation box. So if Bitcoin goes to here and makes a high, that's fine, because the last official, quote unquote official high was over here. These highs right here, highs, lows, and so it could go up to here to make a next high before going lower. It has done that in the past. For example, here, so it's consolidated. In this box. So I'll draw the box again. So it consolidated in this box. After a huge move down, it went to make a new high, consolidated, a nice push down, and then after this push down, here we go. So see it again. So after this push down, consolidated, oops, and then this went to make a new high. You can see this is a lower high because it's not as high as this previous high. So you can see right here. So the previous high, push down, consolidation, push up, new lower high. Obviously, I'm lower than this, and then you had a huge sell-off again. And so I do see us, going as high as maybe 8,500, maybe 8,700 before going lower. But that is kind of just the pattern that Bitcoin is going on. You can kind of see it: consolidation, push, impulse move, push, consolidation, maybe impulse move, then down. But I'm gonna stick to it. I'm not gonna get shook. I'm gonna stick to the short bias for Bitcoin. I guess right now you could maybe look for longs to set 8,700 or 8,500, but I usually only enter Bitcoin shorts, never really long it, so it's fine. It's definitely being annoying because we were so close. We were 50 pips away from 6,000. It's pretty annoying, but it happens. XTZ USD, so this is a lot more easier to predict, and I think we're on par with all the predictions. If you look at the weekly, this chart's a baby. This thing is it's just so cute. Look how cute this thing is. It's just a little baby, doesn't know any better. It's like an infant, It's only a couple weeks old, maybe 30 weeks old, just a little baby. And it was pretty easy to predict these moves, and even these miniature ones. Let's go to the daily. You can see. So on the daily, it was pretty simple. After we hit 190, we said we'd go to 150, and then we drew this horizontal array. If we get a bullish closure above, we're probably going back to 190. We did not. We got a bearish candle, so close below this. I did say we're going back down to cycle level 1.25, which we did. And now this is going to be a very key point for Tezos. Even though it's a very new cryptocurrency, you can kind of see that it already has its key levels down pat. Obviously, when it opened as high as 1.90, but its major support level is at 1.09 or 110. And so if we extend that over, you can see support, resistance, support before you made that rally. So a closure below 1.25, any sort of bearish closure, we're definitely heading lower. Right now we're looking like we're printing a bullish hammer to go back higher. So depending on what happens on the 4-hour time frame, we'll have a long or short setup. Let me actually check that out, but you definitely want to be cautious about room for two support regions, and then we have this last bit of support down here at 0.80. But let's check out the 4-hour to see if we have anything to tell us what's going to happen. So the 4-hour kind of looks like a fake out to me to go long. I'm not really buying this candle. So we can see we've kind of created some resistance at 1.3379, and our support's at 1.25. So a bullish closure above this level, I'd be pretty confident that we're going to make a run to 1.50 again. Even if we do have some resistance here, that'd be fine. A closure above 1.33 could take us to 1.39 and then 1.50. So that'd be a long setup that I'd be looking at something like this. Stop loss maybe just halfway within this trading range. 2.33, not bad. You just want to pray that we do not get a bearish closure above this. So if you get any type of closure, bearish, whatever, as long as the body is below 1.21, 1.22, we're definitely headed lower. So just be careful of that. It's pretty optimistic about this, but this could be a setup for Tezos. So 2 setups. It's all gonna be based on what you do. But yeah, so there's 2 setups. Right now we're at a pretty key spot, nice psychological level. If we do get that bullish closure above 1.33, we'll make a run to 1.39 and then maybe 1.50. You want to pray that we do not get any bearish closure below 1.22, 1.21.91, so 1.22, because we're definitely headed to 1.10 and maybe even 0.95, and God forbid we go to 0.80, but it's a possibility. So as Bitcoin makes a mini run, I guess Tezos is gonna take a little hiatus, but that's the setup. What a cute chart. This is just adorable. Anyways, I'm gonna check the chat real quick in case. Oh, okay, Igor went long. I think that's good. Just gonna double check a few things. Make sure I covered all the pairs I wanted to cover. Okay, that's fine. Perfect. So, with that being said, guys, this was another live session, a nice 30-minute session. We are in EURUSD in profit right now, so that's great. Just be safe. Make sure you follow maybe Bloomberg or even use Bloomberg TV on our portal to keep track of the Iran stuff, because it doesn't matter what fundamentals, that is going to take precedent over all, other than NFP on Friday, but just be safe. And with that being said, keep an eye on the pending setups I gave. So we do have pending setups for pound and gold that could maybe be available to enter tomorrow, but that's fine for now. EURUSD, let's ride it, and tomorrow we'll look for maybe something more. But with that being said, guys, I'm RP Forex. I'm logging off. Make sure you guys update your Telegram details to get the new signals and the new channels, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace and happy trading.